The English language has multiple tenses that can help you to express that something happened in the past. One of them is the simple past tense. To form the simple past, when it comes to regular verbs, it's pretty easy. You use the verb and you add ed at the end. If you have a verb ending in y, you change the y into ie. So for example, if you have the verb to walk, and let's say I want to say I walk in the past tense, I would just add ed to the verb walk. I walked. Or the verb talk, you talk. The past tense would be you talked. Wash, past tense, washed. Now study ends on y. That's why you have to change this y into ie. And then you add your d. So for example, he studied. Irregular verbs you will have to learn. They can be pretty challenging at the beginning, but once you learned the forms, it should be pretty easy. One of the probably first ones that you will learn when learning English as a second language would be the verb to be, which is pretty irregular. So for example, with to be, you would say, I was, you were. So you have two different forms here, and you need to know when to use was and when to use were. Or for example, to have, I have, and then for the third person singular, you would say has, he, she, it has. To do, the past tense would be did, to go, went, and to see, saw. And of course, there are more irregular verbs, but again, you would have to learn those by heart. You normally use the simple past tense for the following reasons. If you want to say when something happened and the duration isn't really important, so in general, an action that happened in the past, it could be recent or a long time ago. So I could say, I watched a movie yesterday. So that would be recent. Or I was born in 1999, for example. That would be a long time ago. You can use it for consecutive actions in the past. So for example, yesterday I washed my clothes, and then I washed the dishes, and then I sat down and watched a movie. You can use it for actions that interrupted another action in the past. So basically you were doing something while something else happened. So for example, I could say, while I was washing my clothes, the telephone rang. So the telephone rang would be my simple past tense. While I was doing something, I was washing clothes, something else happened. And whatever happened at that moment would be the simple past tense. You can also use it for the second if clause. So for a condition. For example, if it rained, I would take an umbrella. So that if sentence, if it rained, uses the simple past tense. Sometimes there are signal words that can help us to determine if this is the simple past tense that's being used at that moment. So for example, if I say something with ago, like 5 hours ago or 5 minutes ago. For example, I ate breakfast 5 hours ago. So I ate would be my simple past tense. Ago is my signal word here. Or yesterday. I told him the same thing yesterday. So I'm using simple past here. I told him in 1999 or in 2000, any year. For example, I was born in 1999. Or if I use something with last Wednesday, last week, last month, and so on. For example, last Wednesday I went to the barber shop. I went, so that's simple past again. Or the other day I saw my friend. Yeah, so I saw again, simple past. So those signal words sometimes when you're reading something, for example, they indicate that the tense being used is simple past tense.